You know, you're here with middleweight contender Elijah Garcia. Elijah, you're supposed to be at the Canelo. What?
I like that. You said contender. A lot of people see me as a prospect or whatever, but I'm ranked #1 in the WBA. You know what I mean?
All right, let's start there. In your opinion, what makes the difference between when did you feel like you turned from a prospect specifically to contender? When you got the WBC Latino Championship, or when were you like, hey, I'm a contender?
When I got the WBC Latino, that's what separated me from everybody else because I was only 19. Everybody else are getting belts when they're like 20, 21. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Kind of that, but I've had some tough ass fights. You know what I mean? Like my last fight was I fought Armando Resendez. He's a top contender. He just beat Jared Hurd, and I stopped him in the 8th round.
Speaking of a tough contender, you're gonna have a tough opponent coming in on Saturday, KYRONE Davis. Even though he lost to Benavides, he actually put on a good fight. And a lot of people feel like, well, he was going up in weight, so he was kind of had, a little disadvantage. What did you take away from that performance, and what did you use to say, hey, I'm going to make some twitches, I'm going to get him out earlier?
He was really tough. Really game. He went 7 rounds hard, and on top of it, it's not like he got knocked out. They stopped it on his feet, and he was still trying to fight back. So I know KYRONE's going to be very tough. I'm not going to go in there looking for the knockout. I know how tough he is. I know how durable he is. I know how smart he is. So I'm going to go out there and try to put on the best performance I can and look good. So that's what I want to do.
A lot of contenders, especially young, you're 21, have, a very close, very specific, like training. I just eat boxing, right? But you actually have a family, so let us know how it feels to not only hold it down in the ring, but also hold it down because you had your kid up yesterday at the workout. Your Instagram is full of your children and you guys holding goats in your family life. What do you say to those people who think that like you can have a family because you need to focus solely on the ring?
I don't know. Maybe they're not as good as me. Nah, just kidding. Nah, just kidding. You got to be able to mix it. You know what I mean? I feel like there's a lot of fighters that have, kids, and that's just the way it is. You got to balance it in between. I guess it's becoming a man. Maybe they're not men yet. You know what I mean? So you got to figure it out.
I don't know if you want to give us a prediction what you're gonna. If you want to do it by knockout or because you have health issues and you had to reschedule your bout. Like I mentioned in the beginning, you were supposed to be at the Canelo undercard with Munguia. We know that you had some health concerns. Do you want to get some rounds in? Or are you trying to like kind of take it steady, or do you like, hey, I miss it back in the ring. I'm back in the ring. I'm going to get a knockout.
Well, we'll see how it works out. KYRONE's he could box or he can come forward, and depending on how he comes out, we're either going to start real quick or it's going to go the distance. So we'll see what happens.
Lastly, give me the main event prediction, please, because I know what is this coming for this fight, Tank. Who do you got in the main event?
I got my money on Tank. I know Frank Martin's. He's a good fighter. He's a great fighter. He's going to be world champion one day, but. Tank's in his prime. You know what I mean? So if I were to put my money on anybody, it's going to be Tank.
All right, Elijah, let the fans know where they can follow you and also to tune in because you're the main event for the prelims, and that's no joke. It's going to be free on YouTube and Amazon Prime regardless of subscription. So go ahead and let the fans know where they can follow you and invite them to tune in on Saturday.
Yeah, no problem. _ Elijah Garcia _ on Instagram and on Facebook, Elijah Garcia. So just hit me up. Appreciate it.
All right, thank you. Good luck on Saturday.